Welcome back. What? Hold on. Welcome back to Happily Booked, the bookcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. That was a struggle.
I was about to say, are you okay?
I was fine, and then I just started going, and I was like, wait a second, what is it again? Pregnancy brain, it's real. Okay. Oh yeah, we're your hostesses, Brooke and
Beck.
Woo. Okay, that's there. We're done with that. Next measure of business. You have a quote.
I do. It's really an excerpt, but I thought it was very funny.
I like it. I'm excited.
Loyal carried no weapon that Rand could see. He had never heard of an Ogier using a weapon. Their steading were protection enough. And Loyal had his own priorities, his own ideas of what was needed for a journey. The pockets of his long coat had a telltale bulge, and his saddlebags showed the square imprints of books. And I thought that was funny.
Yeah. That's funny.
So they're going on this long mission, a quest, if you will.
I will.
And he's taking books with him.
Yeah. Nah, he only filled his saddlebags up with books. That's funny. That's cool. So tell the people what that's from.
That is from The Great Hunt. I am still reading it in case you're wondering. But I'm close to being halfway through.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It makes Emma happy because she's ready for me to catch up with her so she can finish.
Yeah. I understand. Oh my gosh.
Gracious.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Do you have any hauls?
I do not have any hauls.
You sound like you're really thinking about that.
I have a future haul that I want to talk. I guess I could talk about.
It's up to you.
So, we talked last week about the market that I went to and how we sold a bottle of water, and that was it.
Oh, did you?
Oh, did I? Maybe I didn't.
No, yeah, I don't.
Oh,
I've been meaning to ask you about if anything happened.
Well, I thought we had talked about the market, but maybe I was imagining it.
You may have covered something else about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we sold one bottle of water.
Woo.
And y'all, I really need money. And yeah. I'm not begging for money from you. That's not why I'm saying that. So I posted something on Facebook, and one of my friends that I've known for at least 15 years, it could be 16 or 17, and it probably is, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that I knew them about the time Emma was born. And anyway, she called me and she gave me some suggestions because she has an Etsy shop as well.
Yeah.
And I actually had asked my dad this before, but I had forgotten about it. I'm going to start doing coasters.
Ooh.
He has lots of pine trees.
Yeah.
From where they're doing their lumber business. And so he's just going to cut some coasters for me.
Yeah.
And also I asked him if they had any extra wood that they can't sell.
Yeah.
But he said I could have any wood that I wanted, regardless of if it was sellable or not. And I'm going to start making decorative signs. So she suggested that since my name is Bob White Homestead, that I do want to do more farm stuff.
Yeah.
On my Etsy. But I was trying to think of things that people would think were cute.
Yeah.
And get and purchase. But she suggested that it should be geared more towards what my shop name is, because people look at it and say, well, that doesn't have anything to do with a homestead.
Yeah.
And also I have the digital stuff because I'm doing the drop shipping.
Mm-hmm.
But she was saying having physical items that you can take multiple pictures of so people can see different ways that it can be staged or whatever. So I'm going to get boards and paint country sayings and stuff.
Aww.
One of the first ones that I'm going to do is farming isn't for everyone, but hay is in my jeans. And the way that it's spelled is a bale of hay.
Yeah.
So when I do the sign, and I'm thinking I'm going to do a shirt as well with the same saying or same quote. And instead of the word hay, I'm going to do a bale of hay. And instead of the word jeans, I'm going to have a pair of jeans. And that's going to be where I start, but she also suggested going to like yard sales and what is it called? Estate sales.
Oh yeah.
And finding things that are farmy, like
Yeah.
roosters and chickens and things like that, and then get a good deal on them, and then resell them for
On your Etsy.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
That's not bad. Not a bad batch of ideas.
yeah, I was really thankful. She goes, I hope I'm not sounding bossy. And I'm like, no.
She's like, I'm running your business now. Just kidding.
I'm like, you don't sound bossy at all. I'm very grateful that
you sound very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so look for some new stuff on my Instagram.
That's exciting.
And my Etsy.
I've been sharing stuff. When I see them, I try to share them.
I appreciate it so much. Like I'm starting to get a little bit desperate.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents are there, but I just hate asking them for money.
Yeah.
You know? And my brother has helped me out a lot financially.
Yeah.
And I just hate that, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
And yeah, so if you follow me on Instagram, Bob White Homestead, or Facebook, or Etsy, there'll be some new stuff very soon. I'm gonna go visit my grandma this weekend.
Okay.
So I won't be starting on any new stuff this week because I'm trying to get the
Ohio?
house ready. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Trying to get the house ready and get packed and stuff for our trip.
That's right.
But next week when we come home, then I'm gonna start. I already have paint.
Yeah.
I have polyurethane, and that because I went. I bought that to do my floors, but then I used something different.
Yeah.
So I have polyurethane left over, and I have the free wood. So I'm excited. I can't wait to like get started and start posting stuff.
Yeah.
And she also said that I could go down to her house, and she has some kind of light box or something that helps with your lighting when you take pictures to post.
Okay.
She has an extra one. She has one she started off with that's small, and then she has her newer one. And she said I could just have the smaller one.
Oh, that's so nice.
So she's so sweet. She always actually when I lost my job at the bank,
yeah,
she and her husband employed me to answer phones for his business and to clean her house.
Yeah.
She was bedridden during her pregnancies because she had preeclampsia, I think.
Oh yeah.
And so we did her laundry and did some cleaning for her so that her house
wasn't
a wreck.
Yeah,
that's how she felt, like it was a wreck.
I understand. Yeah,
and
I'm not bedridden, but I understand.
Yeah, so they have really been supportive of me, like ever since I knew them.
Yeah,
you know? And I'm really so thankful. So she's gonna let me. She's gonna show me how to use the light box. She's really gonna show me how to promote stuff on Etsy, and she's gonna really help me with that. So over the next few weeks, we should be getting some new stuff and getting it posted and hopefully making some sales.
Yeah.
So
that's really nice of her. I really like that. She sounds like a great friend.
She is a great friend. I hope I've been as good to her as a friend as she's been to me.
I'm sure you have been. Otherwise, maybe she wouldn't be such a great friend.
Maybe she wouldn't be offering.
Right. I'm sure you've done something right, Becky.
Do you have any hauls?
Funny you should ask. Yes, I do. And I'm excited to tell you about it. So there, I have my haul is in this box down here. So
okay.
So you couldn't see it when you came in.
That was smart because I'm very nosy.
So that's why. So I'm gonna bend down and get it.
All the animals come over to check out what's happening.
This cat is obsessed with boxes. First of all, most cats are.
Right.
But like she's climbing inside of it right now. She keeps coming over and like I have it folded closed, and she keeps like hecking at the hecking. I have chickens.
Rub it in.
Right. They're insane. You got to be mentally prepared to have chickens.
She's taken on chickens and a baby in the same year.
I know. Yeah, she just keeps like chewing at the edges of the box is what I was trying to say. Okay, you're in my way now. So the first thing I want to haul is actually a baby book that I got gifted at the gender reveal.
Ooh.
I think it's short stories. I never had this, so I don't really know. She said it was her favorite book though, and I was like, oh, precious. She said it is The Real Mother Goose. Oh, her card's in here. She wrote a little note. She said, I don't know if it was to me or to the baby, but probably for the baby. She said, I hope you enjoy. I've never done this, by the way. I hope you enjoy this book as much as several generations of my family have. Love, Debbie. She's so sweet. I used to house sit for her.
Oh, cool.
It says it's illustrated by Blanche Fisher Wright. So there's a list of rhymes,
Oh, cool.
alphabetical list of first lines, and then I guess it just gets right into it. But these are just little rhymes. I've never had this book, so I don't know about any authors. But whenever I get caught back up on the Instagram, I'll post a picture. And you'll be able to see it.
That's
so
funny.
Then she also, inside of the card, which this was a surprise to me, was a very large gift card for Barnes and Noble.
Oh.
And I told Austin earlier, I was like, so she got me this for wee little Tot. And but then there was also this, and he was like, oh, you like that though, right? Like that, And I was like, well, yes, of course. But it's for $75, and I don't know if it's like I'm supposed to buy $75 worth of baby books, or
I think you should split it.
Austin was like, it's whatever you want to spend it on. And I was just like,
the baby does need books, Mom.
It does need a couple books. He does need a couple books. Earlier today, I was working out with my prenatal trainer and prenatal coach. I don't know what she prefers. And we both keep saying like it or the baby.
Mm-hmm.
We both do. And she's like, oh my gosh, we know the gender. I can say he. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I keep doing the same thing. Like, it's not going to stop.
Anyway. I did not like calling my babies it.
Yeah.
When I was pregnant.
It sounds like, this grimy little bug.
Right. So when I was pregnant with Emma.
So I would try to say the baby, but.
I wanted to be surprised with her.
Yeah.
So I just called her him or he because that's gender neutral in grammar. But when we were pregnant with Ella, Deepak demanded to know the gender because he said, well, it wasn't fair that you just made the decision to not find out with Emma. He was not here. He was waiting on his visa to come. She was our honeymoon baby, in case I haven't mentioned that. And so, anyway, he was waiting on his visa to come, so I didn't find out with her. So I said, well, I guess I still wanted to be surprised, but he had a point. He had a say because he was the dad.
Yeah.
So we found out with Ella. So I never called her him. I just always called her Ella.
Yeah.
So, but
did you have names picked out right away?
For both, yes. When we found out we were pregnant, we made a list of boy and girl names.
Yeah.
And he chose one from my list, and I chose one from his list for Emma. So he chose Emma, and I chose Pallavi.
Okay.
She has an American name and a Nepali name. And then Ella, we argued over her middle name. Emma named Ella. She said, Mommy, can we name her Ella because I want to be Emma and Ella?
Aww.
And I said, well, let's ask Daddy
Precious.
what he thinks.
Yeah.
And he said he was fine with that. So she was Ella right away. He wanted to name her Deepika after him. I hate the name Deepika. No offense. I shouldn't say hate. That's a very strong word. I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of names I just don't like.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
I like Deepika Padukone. She's a great actress. She's beautiful. I just don't like the name.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to spell it weird. Like he wanted to mix Deepak and Rebecca and make it Deepika. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. She can be Deepika, but it's going to be the normal way to spell it.
It's going to be spelled right.
It's going to be spelled right. And, but I wanted Grace to be her middle name. And, so then a girl at work, I told her, I was like, oh, we're having an argument over the name. And she says, well, why don't you just give her two middle names? And I said, that's a great idea. And I asked him and he said, sure. So she's Ella Deepika Grace.
Yeah.
But we also had boy names picked out in case Emma was a boy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what were they? That was my next leading question. Good job.
So originally the name that I had picked out was Arjun Cole. If we had a boy, Arjun would be his Indian name and Cole would be his American name. So we never got to use it.
Yeah.
But I like the name Cole. My mom likes the name Stetson.
Cowboy.
She likes cowboys.
Yeah.
For my daughter, I really kind of wanted to use the name Leora, but he didn't like that name, and he didn't like Florence, which was Florence and Leora were my grandmother's names. he didn't like either one of those.
Leora?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make sure I
Well,
was
her
hearing
name
that
was
right.
Glenna Leora.
Oh, okay.
And she hated her name, but I always loved Leora. I thought it was beautiful.
That's a very pretty name.
So, but instead, Leora is the lead character in my book that I'm writing.
Woo!
Should I ever get it finished?
Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So, anyway, do you guys have a list of names that you're thinking about?
We have a couple names, but I'm not going to go over them.
That's okay. You don't have to. I think, okay, this was a huge deal in my family. I don't know if any of my siblings listen to this podcast. You might need to edit this out. Huge deal. My sister had a name picked out since we were kids.
Yeah.
Daniel was the name she had picked out.
Precious. And
my sister-in-law used the name Daniel for her first son before my sister had a baby. And my sister's like, now she knew that I had that name picked out for my son, and she used it. Yeah. And she was very offended. And then when she had her son, she's like, well, I can't even use the name that I've had planned for 20 years because my sister-in-law stole it. Can't have more than one Daniel in the family.
Yeah, I understand. So, I'm going to try not to ramble on too much because I do actually still have a haul. But I understand that because my cousin had babies before me, obviously, and that's fine. That's great, wonderful. She's got 2 sweet baby boys. One's Noah, one's Wyatt. Love both of those names. Yeah. Can't use them. That's fine. That's completely fine. Megan has a name that she's always loved. It was the name of our grandfather, and she's always loved it, and she was always like, you can't have that name. That's the name I'm going to use. Until I got pregnant, and then she was like, I thought about it, and if you want to take that name, you can. And I was like, okay. Well, I don't know if we are. But thank you for your permission.
That's so
I appreciate
funny.
that. She was like, I called dibs originally.
She wants daughters now anyway, so.
I know. She wanted me to have a girl. And you never know. We could be surprised. But she wants girls. So, she's not going to use a male name.
I mean, just because she wants girls doesn't mean she's going to get them.
That's true. That is true. Valid point. But yeah, we have a couple names. It's very difficult for Austin to pick a name, and that's fine.
Well,
we've got
we
some
have
time.
A customer who she was ready to settle on a name for her baby, but her husband was like wishy-washy on it. And then, so when the baby came, I said, "Well, does she have a name?"
Did you pick one? I know. Once we pick everything, I'm gonna have stuff written down. So when they're like, "What are you doing?" What? Here's your baby that you just suffered to get out of your body. So I know you're exhausted and in so much pain, and we're still finishing things up here. What are you gonna name it? I'm just gonna give them a card, or have Austin give them a card, or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's a fun task looking for a name.
Yeah,
Austin.
It can be stressful.
Yeah, I mean, I've got several names I'd like, and I'd be fine with, and that I think would age well and everything, and he hasn't settled on one, so
that's
fine.
Okay. It'll happen.
It will. It'll happen. So
what is that?
A tomb.
That is a huge book.
This is what I thought was the sequel, but it's actually technically a prequel.
Oh, okay.
To The Priory of the Orange Tree, and it is A Day of Fallen Night.
So pretty.
Ooh.
That is huge.
It is huge. I mean, the other one's big too, And I don't know if this is the same size as the first copy I got or the second copy I got. I have to go up there and compare them. I meant to bring one down just so we could look at both covers, but I forgot. So this book, maybe it's not right now, but when I bought this book on Amazon, it said the original price was $100.
Wow.
So it was Prime Day. Prime 2 days. I can't stand that it's called Prime Day when it's 2 days.
Right.
It drives me insane. So Black Friday is sometimes the week before Black Friday. Anyway,
yeah. Or Thursday.
Whatever. I was just on there. I didn't think I was really going to find absolutely anything. And honestly, I should have been looking for baby stuff. But I didn't think about it then. Okay. I went straight to the books. Because I keep hearing I keep hearing. I've heard and been told, I have not researched anything, but I'm sure it's true, that Amazon originally started off as like a book selling company.
Well, that makes sense.
So, yeah, because Audible and stuff, and they have Kindle, and you can get books, like almost any book you want, you can find it on Amazon really quickly. So I was like, surely for Prime Day, they're going to have some good book deals.
Mm-hmm.
They had like some stuff. They had like some Colleen Hoover, which I was not going to get. They had some like, some romance trilogy that I've seen, but I was like, I'm not going to get it. Like, well, that's not what I'm here for, people. Show me the goods. And then I saw this, and I was like, oh, I do want that. And it said it was for $23, and I was like,
what?
23? That's kind of pricey. But then I saw that it was paperback, and that it was originally listed for $100, and I was like,
crazy.
I said, what? Why is this listed for the original price is $100? That is insane. So this book is already out. The hard copy is already out. You can't get, allegedly, people, you can't get the paperback version until next year.
Oh.
So I don't know why it was on Prime Day as a sale. I don't know if it was just a thing they had with Amazon or what. But it was on there, and I was like, well, if I'm going to get it. So I bought it. I've been keeping it in the plastic until I showed it to you. I don't know why.
For protection.
I guess so. But I'm excited.
That's nice.
So now it's like, this came out after Priory of the Orange Trees, but orange tree, not trees. But should I read this first because it's a prequel? But then the Google said that I should just read Priory first because it actually explains the world. I mean, this is just you're back in it. Like, you should know everything already. So that. And then there's another book in there, but it's not really a haul. It's just what I'm going to try to read next. So I'll get there in a minute.
Okay.
When we get there. Okay. Have you finished anything?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
had already, yeah.
Yeah, you finished Nolan already.
Yeah.
You talked about that.
Okay.
And the,
Yeah,
and
I'm
the
still
other
in
one.
Fairlane.
That's it, Fairlane. I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
I've been really focused on cleaning the house.
Yeah.
And the business. So I haven't done a lot of reading, but I think I'm for sure going to catch up on the way to Ohio.
Yeah.
On those 2 books for sure.
Yeah, in my head, like, I knew you've talked about your trip going to Ohio. Like, I know that was a trip. But in my head, it already happened. And I was like, you're going back to Ohio already?
Why?
But no, this is when y'all are going in the van.
Yes.
Yeah, so it has not happened yet. Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'll probably finish both of these books.
I'm sure you will. I would if I was a
There's nothing else to
passenger
do.
in a
I don't even like
15-passenger
my mom's
van.
family. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Woo!
I'm just kidding.
That's a joke. We're kidding. Yeah, that's good. I'm excited for you. Did I finish anything?
That's the question.
That's the question. I wrote down over here. I said I actually edited an episode, and before that one that I edited, the last one that we recorded that got published was recorded on July 25th. Wait, what?
That can't be right.
That's not right. Recorded on June 25th. That's what I meant to write. So we used to just be a week behind.
Yeah.
But like
now,
what are we now? Like 3 weeks behind?
I think that's what you said.
We're like 3 weeks behind our normal reading life.
Right.
So whoops. I'm gonna
That's okay. I feel like the people will bear with you because of your pregnancy.
I'm trying, people. I really am. I did mention to Megan editing the episodes. She was like, it's been a long time since I've edited. And I was like, honestly, it's really easy. And she was like, well, would I have to come here? And I said, well, yeah, I think you would, because otherwise you'd have to pay and download all of the software.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I don't
And
know.
she's like, oh no, we can't do that.
She might be interested, might not be.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. So what else did I finish? I
If only
finished
we
something.
could afford to pay her.
No, right? Okay, so yeah, I didn't finish a book. I just finished editing an episode. Yay!
I mean, that's important. The people are cheering.
Woo!
The kindred spirits are happy.
So what are you currently reading? Just The Great Hunt and Fair Lane?
Yes. And I have to get that done before... Let me see if I can think of the name of it without looking it up. Ezra Hodden? Ezra something. That sounds right. Ezra Hodden?
I feel like that sounds right. I know the first word is right. Ezra, or
it's actually all one word.
Yeah.
But
first half.
Let's see.
So I remember you said Ezra last time you talked about it. I don't remember the rest.
Yeah, Ezra Hodden.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
Who did that? Michael J. Sullivan?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have to get Fair Lane finished before that comes out because I want to read it right away.
Right into it.
Yeah.
When does that come out again?
It comes out next month, or it's slated to come out next month. It's been pushed back a couple times, so hopefully this is actually the time that it's going to come out.
Yeah, that's exciting. Sorry, I've been yawny all day. Even when I was working out, I was like falling asleep while working out. I'm reading 2 books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading The Wolf Gift still by Anne Rice, and I'm listening on audio to When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm almost halfway. I'm almost halfway with The Wolf Gift.
Are you
kinda
enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I wrote it. Woo! I wrote down some pros and cons.
Oh, okay.
It's not a lot because it's fine, really, for the most part. So should I just say the cons first?
Sure.
Get the bad news out?
Yeah, let's get the bad news out of the way.
So far, the only cons I have so far that I just think are just odd and weird is that this character, what's his name? What is his name? Reuben. He's our main character. He's our main character who gets thrust into a life of werewolfism that he never asked for. So Reuben, the way he describes, I mean, obviously we're in his head, so it's not like he's actually saying it out loud on the, as the reader, whatever.
Right.
So the way he describes changing into a werewolf is like oddly sexual, and I don't like it. It's like, why is this? Like, it doesn't have to be like this. It's making me a little uncomfy every time he changes into a werewolf and changes back into a human.
Wait, he describes it every single time?
Okay, so he's changed a couple times now. And the first time was the big initial, like, whoa, this is weird. But the second time, I can't say this in front of your kids. So it was just a little weird and uncomfy when he was changing back. But like every time he the fur starts growing on him and stuff, he describes it as like being so like full of pleasure that it makes me want to like vomit and cringe so hard because it's so like, why?
It's a little
I'd rather
cringy.
it be painful. Like, that's just weird. Why does it have to be anything?
That's so funny.
Like, obviously it's gonna feel weird because you're changing into a different being.
Right.
But like, it doesn't have to be that, and it doesn't have to be painful. Like, it can just be. Anyway, then I just got to a part where he just randomly, this is another con. This is the only other con I have written down. Now you're laughing at me already. He just randomly, like, he feels all this power and, like, his newfound abilities he's trying to test and learn. He goes running off into the woods, and it's, like, in the redwood forest in, like, California. So, like, you can imagine it's probably a really cool scenery. And he finds this random cabin in the woods, and it's just standing out there, like, in the moonlight, in a little clearing in front of the house. And this woman walks out of the house in just a nightgown and holding a lantern, just looking at him. And they have relations.
While he's a werewolf?
While he's a werewolf. And
no, thank you.
I jotted down...
Is her name Belle?
Borderline bestiality. because that is so weird to me. That is so weird to me.
Wow.
That's icky.
Yeah.
That's very icky. Like, that's weird. Like, if you're not scared of him, cool. If he turns back into a human and you're still, like, attracted to him, whatever. But, like, while he is a werewolf, that's weird.
Yeah, very.
Okay, now the pros. I've only jotted down 2 pros because the rest of the story is just fine. It doesn't, like, stand out as something I'm noticing that I'm truly enjoying. I just like it just fine. More like 4-star, maybe 3.5 star so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really enjoying the, like, him finding himself in his new powers. Like, that is really fun to, like, watch like it's a movie. That is really fun to, like, read about, like, him figuring out how fast he can run. His sense of hearing is, like, astounding. His sense of smell and stuff, and, like, the things he's doing with his newfound abilities is very fun to read about as well. That's my other pro, is that I'm really enjoying the vigilante story that he has got going on for himself. So, you know, he decided that he had these super abilities. He may as well do good with them. And I think that's really cool. I really like a good vigilante. So this is the only book that I've read I think maybe ever, that's had like a genuine kind of superhero vigilante story. And that's pretty fun. But that's that. What does Storygraph say? How far am I? Storygraph. I think I'm not 50%. Oh, yeah, I'm 38%. So we're getting there. I'm trying. I mean, it's good. I don't know. Like, it is good, except for those really weird things. And then it's fine.
I mean, the good part about physically reading a book when it is cringy like that, you can skip it.
Yeah.
It's harder to do when you're reading or listening to an audio because you don't know how far to skip.
Yeah. I was going into the other book I'm technically reading. I was in the kitchen cutting up chicken. That kind of rhymed. While y'all were on the way, and I just had the audiobook just playing out of my phone loud so I could hear it, and I'm cutting up chicken. And it gets to this part where 2 characters are having relations. and it's just like, whatever, because nobody else can hear the audiobook.
Right.
But I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is it's fine. So I am enjoying when no one is watching. At first, from the get-go, when I started it, the language is off the chart. Oh my goodness, I almost stopped. Bless you. I almost stopped listening to it, like, I mean, not even 10 minutes in, because it was just boom, boom, boom. Almost every other word this main character was saying to me as the brand new reader was a curse word that I just didn't feel like needed to be there.
Right.
Like, hello, I just met you. Can you not? Can you let me like you first?
Right.
So I knew right off the bat that, like, the language was going to make the story, like, not for tots, you know? And then I, like, heard the other scene while I was in there, and I was like, well, if the language doesn't do it for you, it's definitely not for kids. Okay? I jotted down a couple notes. I think I should read the synopsis. I don't think I've read the synopsis on this book, so people know, like, what's going on about audiobook. I know everyone's probably a big fan of me reading synopses, so yay. Sydney Green is Brooklyn born and raised, but her beloved neighborhood seems to change every time she blinks. Condos are sprouting like weeds, for sale signs are popping up overnight, and the neighbors she's known all her life are disappearing. To hold on to her community's past and present, Sydney channels her frustration into a walking tour and finds an unlikely and unwanted assistant in one of the new arrivals to the block, her neighbor Theo. Like, she's gonna create her own walking tour. I don't know if that was obvious. But Sydney and Theo's deep dive into history quickly becomes a dizzying descent into paranoia and fear. Their neighbors may not have moved to the suburbs after all, and the push to revitalize the community may be more deadly than advertised. When does coincidence become conspiracy? Where do people go when gentrification pushes them out? Can Sydney and Theo trust each other or themselves long enough to find out before they too disappear? It's pretty decent once you get past the F-bombs and nonstop. And honestly, it's not the worst bit of it was the very beginning. And, like, there's curse words throughout the majority of it because it's already been established that the main characters cuss. Fine. I think it just threw me for a loop with it. It was, like, the first chapter, first few minutes, like, aggressively cussing. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Slow down.
Slow down. It's pretty creepy. I think it's got a good setup. It's following Sydney and Theo. Sydney has gone through a lot of traumatic events, and honestly, fairly recently. From her mentally abusive boyfriend to being taken to an institution just because he was actually gaslighting her the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's sad when you use lingo like gaslighting. And then I went and I backspaced gaslighting, and I was like, no, let's not do that. Let's type out what it really is. I couldn't. And that's sad. So I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna put gaslighting. Theo meets up with her and shows her sympathy, cares about what she's been going through, and it ends up being the only person that Sydney tells this insane secret that she has to. And it's all great and sweet and hopeful until you remember, I don't really want to spoil it, but I don't think you're going to listen to it anyway. And it doesn't really spoil it too much. But it's all sweet and hopeful until you remember from the beginning why Theo has even really attached himself to Sydney in the first place. And it's pretty right off the bat when you meet Theo, this becomes apparent, but then it's not addressed again, and you start to think about it later and later and later on, and you're like, this is kind of creepy. It's because they moved into this neighborhood. They moved into her neighborhood. Him and his girlfriend at the time moved into her neighborhood. They were having issues. She sucks. And they end up breaking up, but they still live together, and then she suddenly just moves somewhere. But, like, she still owns the property. And he starts to watch Sydney. Like, he learns Sydney's schedule just from watching her and stuff. And it's like, oh,
He's
okay,
a stalker.
You're a little creepy. But then he, like, wants to get to know the neighbors better and the neighborhood and the community better. So he, like, goes to one of their meetings that they have in someone's house. And she starts talking about the tour she wants to do. And he has just become unemployed. And he's like, I'll help you. I want to help you. How convenient for Mr. Stalker. But that, you don't even think about that until later on. It's never brought back up again. And I just thought, I was thinking about that on the way home, and I was like, huh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm like, maybe he's just weird. You know? Maybe he's not just weird.
Right.
We don't know yet. Actually, I think I do know, but I'm not going to tell you. He admits to her that he is, like, almost a compulsive liar.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, some people just have problems, you know?
Right.
So, you know.
I mean, I guess at least he admitted it.
Yeah, like, he told her they have relations, and if the language wasn't enough, blah, blah, blah. I've already told you that. I think perhaps the big reveal / plot twist has already occurred. And it's something that I had already begun suspecting a little bit ago, but this story does seem to do a very good job at making you think about something and have an opinion about something regarding the characters or what's happening, and then that completely distracts you from your thoughts and ideas with whatever else happens until the plot twist comes back around. So far, it's pretty entertaining. It's got a lot of difficult topics within the story, including racism, police brutality / abuse or misuse of authority, mental abuse, eviction, abduction, etc. I would say, to pitch this book so far, I would say that it's like the movie Get Out meets the Netflix show The Watcher, which are both amazing. And so, like, that's a decent pitch. Like, if you like both of those, like, you probably would enjoy this book so far. I'm not done with it. I only have, like, an hour and a half left, I think. That's why I sort of think the plot twist has already happened.
Is The Watcher, was that the show about the real life?
Yeah, the
okay.
based on true events one. Me and Austin watched it. It was like the new neighbors moved into this neighborhood, and, like, weird stuff starts to happen. They get weird letters in the mail, and, like, they feel like they're being watched by the neighbors and stuff. Bunch of weird stuff. Real creepy. So it's like that, and then Get Out just is amazing. So anything by Jordan Peele, really. It's just great. So yeah, it's fine so far. So far, I think it'll probably be like a 4-star.
Okay.
So, you know, maybe we're really getting back up there with positive ratings. I realized earlier when I was typing up those notes I realized I don't think I say any review about a book unless it's negative. I don't think I've written or like typed up a quick little review to talk about with you unless it's been negative. Because I can't think of a positive one that I've said. Can you?
I mean, not right off. But...
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Because like The Living Dead kind of disappointed me. And then those other audiobooks I had listened to. What was it? See, that says a lot already. I can't think of it. Oh no, I didn't really do a review, but it's because I would have started crying. But and Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. That was a really good book. The guest list though, kind of was like whatever. It was fine. It was better than the other thriller, You Shouldn't Have Come Here.
Mm-hmm.
That one was kind of pooey. But I've realized I've not really taken the time to type up a positive review.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I need to be held accountable for that. And I think that I need to start doing that. If I'm going to have a review that's negative, I need to have some positivity, right? So,
is that why you did the pros and cons for the Anne Rice book?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's a good theory. I don't know why I did that, but that makes sense. You're probably right.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Storygraph tells me that I am 10 books behind.
You're gonna get there.
And it's like it just increases every day. Is what it feels like. I think it's a weekly increase that it does. So if I can get The Wolf Gift done, I'm gonna finish that audiobook soon. And then what I want to read next is right here in this box.
Okay.
And it is The Guide by Peter Heller, who is the author of The Dog Stars and The River. But this book has been paired with the one and only Station 11.
Wait for it.
So it's been paired with Station 11 as a book that's really similar. And that if you like Station 11, along with if you like Severance, you would probably like The Guide by Peter Heller. And apparently Peter Heller writes, first of all, he's from Colorado. And I bought this in a local bookstore in Colorado. And the lady just like talked about him a lot. And like how he's from Colorado. And it's really cool that most of his stuff sets place in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Have I said Colorado enough?
The last time you said Colorado.
Colorado. I said something the other day. I said burrito. I don't know why. I think we were getting Taco Bell. And also was like, what do you want? And I'm like, I want the, it's for a limited time. It's the volcano burrito. And I was like, I want the volcano burrito. I said, wait a second. What did I just say? And he said, I think he just said burrito. I said, well, I would like a burrito, please, sir. So I think The Dog Stars is also a like contemporary emotionally moving, I should say, pandemic story, like Station 11, How High We Go in the Dark. It was also paired with that. Fantastic book. And Severance. So surely this is going to be a goodie.
Yeah.
But I know it involves, I don't feel like reading the back. I know it involves, ooh, I gotta read this blurb in a second. I know it involves a like survivor camp area and somebody has to guide people somewhere, hence why it's called The Guide. I'm gonna read this blurb now. I just saw this. I had to do a double take because I was like, did I read that right? A Michael Crichton-esque thriller filtered through Hemingway's spare and sensuous naturalism.
Interesting.
But I was like, did I just read the name Michael Crichton?
And Hemingway.
And Hemingway. I must admit, I cared more about Michael Crichton.
Of course.
I keep thinking about Jurassic Park.
Do you?
And it never stops. I mean, the theme song already lives rent-free in my mind all the time. And I keep thinking about the book, and I'm like, Brooke, you don't need to reread that right now. I have to keep talking myself out of it. But I have another dinosaur. I have like 3 dinosaur books upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to be Michael Crichton, first of all. But they're not going to be Jurassic Park, second of all. But I don't know if I just want to read something about dinosaurs soon or For what? You know, I'm a Jurassic Park sucker. My family. My dad couldn't help himself apparently when they went to Walmart. So they bought some like baby clothes, and like a lot of them have dinosaurs on them. And I'm like, man, I don't have any dinosaur clothes. Nobody's buying me dinosaur clothes. Whatever.
Poor Brooke.
I know. I'm so deprived. So, yeah. I think I'm really going to like this book, The Guide by Peter Heller. There's a sequel to The Wolf Gift, and I'm like, if I finish it and I like it and enough to read or get the next one, I'll probably read this and then get the next one. I don't know. It's called, what's it called? The Wolves of something. The Wolves of Midwinter, which was actually the cover that first called to me when I got this one, because then I realized it was a sequel and I was like, I can't do that.
Right.
Of course. So.
What a bummer.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you know what you're maybe going to read next? I mean, obviously the Ezra Hodden.
Right.
That was rough.
And what is next in this series? I really want to read more Harry Potter, but
yeah,
I've seen all the movies. So it's not like I'm going to be surprised. I mean,
there
will be surprises because I know the
and
movies
it's still
are not
a great joy to read Harry Potter regardless.
But
yeah, I understand. Everybody, she's still technically reading Harry Potter.
You probably forgot. It's been such a long time. Yeah. But I really want to read the next in this series. Let's see, what's the next one?
So, just a question just from my experience. When I read big series, sometimes I'll get like 3 books in and I want to read something else first and before I continue.
Maybe that's why I haven't caught up with Harry Potter. Book 5 is next.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Do you think that's going to happen with you in this series?
I don't know, because I read straight through the Michael J. Sullivan books, all 5 of those. But there's, 14 of these or something like that?
There's a lot, yeah.
It's a lot. So I might maybe I'll get to 6 and take a break.
Yeah.
But the next one in the series.
Oh, I wanted to bring up the books that I picked for our potential book club.
Yes. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to say something.
I'll have to go get those in a second.
Okay. I picked books on Scribe.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to be easier for me to listen to something right now.
Yeah. No, yeah, anything I looked up, I was trying to pick stuff from my shelves. Oh. But I also was making sure they were on Scribed, just so you could also either ebook them.
Right.
I don't know. In my head, when you said that, for some reason, I thought you were looking for ebooks. So, sometimes they have a book as an ebook and sometimes they don't have it as an audio.
Right.
So, I didn't check that.
I wanted to stay away from Audible.
Yeah.
Because if we picked a book that people
it'll mess up with your groove you got going on.
Well, it was more because if we picked a book, or if the people pick a book.
Yeah.
And they don't own it.
That's right.
And
if
they
don't
want to do
Audible.
something, if they don't have Audible, or if they do have Audible but they don't want to waste their credit.
Yeah.
Scribed.
We understand.
Scribed is easier. The third one in the series is Dragon Reborn, which happens to be the first book that our friend was reading when I knew he was reading the series.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't the first book he read, but he was reading that book.
Yeah.
When I discovered the series, because talking to him about the book.
Right.
So the Dragon Reborn will be the one after the Great Hunt, and I'm fairly sure that I'll read it next.
Yeah.
For sure, but
you're pretty invested, you feel?
I'm pretty invested. I'm really enjoying it. I mean, it doesn't seem like I am because I'm only 38% through.
Well, that's good. You're a busy woman. Okay. The fact that you're making time to read it at all is impressive.
But it is really good. I'm really enjoying it. And actually, I would like to read it more, but like the other night, I was going to read it. This has happened twice now. Something happened. We had to go out, and it was already late. So by the time I got home, I had to work the next day. I was like, well, I guess I'm not reading.
Yeah.
And I went to bed. So I could be farther along, but I just have been allowing some things to get in the way.
Yeah.
Emma, speaking of ebooks, before we move on to the choices for the book club, what is the ebook app that you're telling me about? Emma wanted me to mention it because you can pay for a subscription, but if you like classic books, they have a lot of free classic books on there.
Yeah.
And you don't have to get a subscription, I think. So in the App Store, you'll search for Z Library,
Z Library.
and they have a bunch of books on there that you could read. So
Z as in ZEE.
Is that no?
No.
Let me see it.
I hope it's not just an Apple app. Sometimes they have those.
Oh, that could be.
I do see one that says unlimited books and audiobooks, and then Z Library ZEE, which is 50,000 PDF books. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on mine.
Oh no, maybe
it might be.
Well, okay, so if you have an iPhone,
that's okay. I mean, there are still some other apps right here that are free to download. I don't know anything else about them. I actually used to have this one that's unlimited books and audiobooks. I used to have that one, but I decided to get rid of it when I got Scribed because first of all, I barely read ebooks.
Yeah.
I honestly barely use Audible.
Mm-hmm.
I use Scribe predominantly for my audiobooks. So, I don't know. Yeah, there's several.
The Robert Jordan books are only on Audible.
Yeah.
So, I have to either use a credit or read the physical copy, and I prefer the physical copy anyway.
Yeah.
So, it's just making myself sit down and do it. But anyway, on to the big thing that I've been waiting the whole show for.
Yeah.
Brooke is wanting to do another book club book, and I'm in. So we have some choices. She's got a couple, I've got a couple, and we're going to let you guys vote on it.
Yeah.
So, how are we going to do that since we're a little bit behind?
I know, I was just thinking about that. So I think
we might have to make an announcement on Instagram.
2 episodes. Yeah. There's 2 episodes that I haven't edited. One is the book tag.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm pretty sure there's just one more that is a normal episode. So I need to edit the normal episode, get it out.
I was going to say,
and I'll just get that out when I can.
For whenever.
Right.
It doesn't have to, that could be something for after the baby comes or.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure there's only one episode technically that needs to be edited and published ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that this week. I'll do it. I swear. Keep me accountable. And Becky. And then I'll edit this one, and this one will come out. Let me make sure I'm not lying.
It would come out on the 31st if you're correct about your.
So, yeah, there's the book club one. I'm sorry, book tag.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's episode technically 45 that I got to edit. So I'll get that one out as quick as I can. I'll get this one out, and it will be out the 24th.
Oh, so you're going to upload
the other one just as quick as I can sometime this week.
And then this one will come out on the 24th.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, which means if this one comes out on the 24th, we can post a poll on the 24th, which is next Monday. And then everybody can pick. And then we can start reading it August 1st if you want. Yeah. Or just, post the winner a couple days after the 24th. Or I can wait till that following Monday. We'll pick that. But, and then we can have August 1st through really September 3rd. And then the 4th is Labor Day. So you might not actually want to come here. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll discuss it.
You'll have at least a month to read the book.
Yeah.
That we pick. Or y'all pick. So I'm going to go get those books.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Back on. Okay. So as Becky just said, we both picked a couple. And by couple, we literally mean 2 of each. So we're going to announce them here.
Yeah.
And put up a poll.
Yep.
And you can vote. And we'll read whichever one wins. So which ones did you pick for this?
Okay, so I picked one as a fantasy. Funnily enough. It's actually the first in a series of 5.
Oh, wow.
By author Lewis Carroll. You may know it as Alice in Wonderland. It's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Okay.
And I don't know why. It just kind of came to me. And I was like, Emma, see if that's on Scribe. And it is. So I was like, okay, that's an option.
Yeah.
And
that's neat.
I don't think I have to explain what that's about.
No.
And then the other one
probably not
is a book that I've actually never read, I don't think. If I did, it was in school and I don't remember. I was thinking classics. And
somebody had to.
But I just watched one of the movie versions of the book. There's several. and watched it on Disney Plus with the girls. I loved it when I first saw it. I think I saw it probably not when it first came out, but when it first came out on VHS. It's The Three Musketeers.
Oh, okay.
By Alexandre Dumas. And I mean, the movies are all great. The book's got to be great.
Surely.
So
Alexandre Dumas?
Yes.
I gotcha.
So those are my two choices.
Cool.
Possibilities.
Yeah, you really did go kind of classical. That's cool. I did not. I picked 2 fantasy. Technically, they're both fantasy. One is more like a lighter fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Probably borderline contemporary. The other one is like full-fledged fantasy, but it's not like high fantasy like The Great Hunt or Michael J. Buddy over there. Sullivan. That's his name. The first one I picked, just because I think I'd really enjoy reading something else by him, is Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman.
Okay.
Which, technically, I just right now, a light bulb went off. If this if this one, and this does not have to be anybody's motive for picking this, but if this one did win, you could read my other copy.
Okay.
If you wanted to read it physically. Obviously, you don't have to. But I do have another copy, as we all know, because I'm picky and didn't like that cover. So, Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. I'll read the synopsis real quick, just because people really might not know what it is about, because it's not a classic. Under the streets of London, there's a world most people could never even dream of. A city of monsters and saints, murderers and angels. This is the city of the people who have fallen between the cracks. A single act of kindness to a ragged girl he finds injured on the street catapults young businessman Richard Mayhew out of his workday life into a world that is both familiar and threateningly bizarre. Honestly, it is giving Alice in Wonderland. Displaying bold creativity and narrative genius, Neverwhere is a dark, funny, and seductive tale that has become a contemporary literary touchstone. I, so far, have really enjoyed Neil Gaiman. I've not binged him as much as I thought I was going to binge him, just because I don't know, I just decided to read all of Frederick Bachman's books. So, whatever. But everything I have listened to or read by Neil Gaiman, I've thoroughly enjoyed. 5 stars every single time. I really enjoy his writing. It's very whimsical and magical, so I expect nothing less.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it did mention it's a little dark. I also looked up content warnings.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, there are a couple. I think it mentioned, like, gangs, violence. You know, it wasn't a whole lot with this.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 books I thought about, a slew of content warnings. I was like, okay, maybe let's just not. Because Becky might not want to do that. And that's fine. And I understand. So the next one I picked, which technically it is in your household. It's not Harry Potter, but it is in your household. So if you also wanted to physically read it, I'm sure somebody in your household would let you. But it is The School of Good and Evil. For Good and Evil, excuse me. By Soman Chanani. I'm sure I said her name wrong. I'm sorry. Or his name wrong. I have the first 3 because I also bought the box set for myself. And so I have the first 3 books. But I think this seems really entertaining. I remember when I first got it, I also watched Wednesday on Netflix, and I thought, honestly, if I wanted to keep having Wednesday vibes, this sort of seems like something I could read to do that, and it's also fantasy, middle grade. I only hope for the best with fantasy middle grade, because all I think of is Harry Potter. Let me see. I'll read the synopsis. Oh yeah, and both of these are on Scribd. I did try to make sure of that. Let's see. I'll read the synopsis on this. This year, best friends Sophie and Agatha are about to discover where all the lost children go. The fabled school for good and evil, where ordinary boys and girls are trained to be fairy tale heroes and villains. As the most beautiful girl in Gavaldon, Sophie has dreamed of being kidnapped into an enchanted world her whole life. Get your priorities straight. With her pink dresses, glass slippers, and devotion to good deeds, she knows she'll earn top marks at the school for good and graduate a storybook princess. Meanwhile, Agatha, with her shapeless black frocks, wicked pet cat, and dislike of nearly everyone, me too, seems a natural fit for the school for evil. But when the two girls are swept into the endless woods, they find their fortunes reversed, and they'll quickly find that the only way out of a fairy tale is to live through it. And this is on Netflix. It's a Netflix film. Netflix film.
Have you seen it?
I have not.
I wonder if Megan has. She's our go-to movie person.
I know. I wonder. I don't think she has, because I think she would have told me. I don't know. I'm sure there's a slew of things she hasn't thought. I need to tell Brooke.
We need to suggest it to her, because she says she's trying to watch some movies she's never seen before.
Yeah, she's got a list, and it's growing. Just sort of like when she I think it was my idea, but I might be wrong, because I'm wrong about stuff. But before this year started, she said that she wants to watch a lot more movies that she hasn't watched before, like new movies in her brain. And I said, oh, sort of like what I do with books. I keep a list, and at the year, I look back on that list. You should do that for movies. Mm-hmm. So now she has a list of movies.
That's cool.
I may be remembering it wrong, and that's valid. But
you do have pregnancy brain.
Not to toot my own horn, but so yeah, I think those are good options. The Neil Gaiman, School for Good and Evil, Alice in Wonderland, Three Musketeers really came in clutch with the classics there, Becky. Neil Gaiman, this one, Neverwhere, sort of seems like a kind of maybe a dark modern day.
I mean, I think I would like it.
I like Alice in Wonderland-y kind of.
Whatever anyone chooses, I think I'll be okay with.
I think I'd be okay with, any of them. So yeah, when this comes out, we'll post a poll. You can vote. I'm probably only going to have a poll out for 1 day, so I don't, maybe 2 days. I don't know. I'm lenient. But that way we can go ahead and tally them up and get the book picked. Mm-hmm. Maybe announce it that day. Maybe not. Ooh. We'll see. It's going to be funny when everybody sees the poll and like, oh, this is the one we're going to read for the book club. But like, so many episodes haven't been posted on Instagram. Sheesh. Okay, I'm going to get there, guys. I really am. Is there anything else I had to talk about? No. The next audiobook, actually, because I put a poll out for which audiobook I should start, and they were When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole and Drowning by T.J. Noonan. Mm-hmm. Noonan? Yeah, Noonan. I thought they both sounded very interesting, very freaky and thrillery, and I thought just to get me back into really consistently reading, I was like, maybe I need a few thrillers. And so obviously I've already gone over what When No One Is Watching is about, and it is creepy and it is kind of thrilling right now, and so far it is really entertaining, really decent. Drowning, I kind of hoped was going to win because it seemed more interesting to me, just probably because of my obsession with Lost. Yeah. But it's about a flight that takes off and then they end up crashing in the water, or maybe like crash landing into the water. Mm-hmm. So the cabin is fine, or the plane's not ripped apart, I should say, and it starts to sink. Oh. And to the bottom, and they all have to survive in the plane until help gets there. Is what I understand from the synopsis reading. Oh. And I was like, that sounds, first of all, terrifying. Yeah. Second of all, so interesting. Love a good survival story.
Oh my.
And that sounds absolutely horrifying, yeah. So.
Oh no. I just thought of something else they need on planes. Who needs a parachute? You need some underwater scuba gear.
I know, right? Can y'all cram anything else onto there for us? Thanks. Yeah, we don't need the floaties. I need to be able to get up to use the floaties. Right. Yeah. So that sounded really terrifying and something I'd be really interested in listening to.
That's crazy.
Hopefully. So that's going to be my next audiobook.
I don't know if I'd want to read something like that because I do actually plan on making an international flight again at some point. Yeah. And I'm already scared enough when I make an international flight.
I know. When I fly in general, like I'm an okay flyer. But I do get anxious. Yeah. It does freak me out every single time we're flying. And I don't see us flying at all right now. Mm-hmm. Just because, one, we don't have plans to. Mm-hmm. But then if we don't make plans like right now, once I enter the third trimester, I can't fly. So I'm not going to fly. So I was like, you know what? Now is an okay time for me to read something terrifying about a plane crash because I actually tend to avoid that stuff. Right. Because if I'm going to like fly somewhere soon, I don't want to read about it.
Right.
Because I'm already thinking about it in my head, and I don't
anything
need that.
domestic, you should, like, if you crash, you have like a 50-50 chance maybe,
Right.
depending on how
Yeah.
the pilot
Can we just
is.
land this in a field, please?
But you're over the ocean.
Yeah, it's rough.
You're probably not going to survive, and
Yeah.
they're not going to find you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
That's terrifying.
that stuff is freaky for sure.
I'd be like, Lord, please just let me go quickly.
Yeah. If this is it, that's cool. Can you go ahead and smite me?
Can the shark not eat me till after I'm dead?
Right.
Scary.
Yeah. So that sounds really freaky, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to get freaked out. So that's all I've got now. I'm excited about the poll.
Me too. All right. Well, that's all I have too. So I guess that's it, huh?
I guess so. I guess that's all.
All right.
Bye.
Well, bye-bye now. Thank you, of course, for listening. As always, Kindred Spirits, we appreciate you. Shout out to the Sideways Sheriff, as always, because he helped us get started, of course, and we appreciate that. Thank you to Miss Tracy for all of the hard work she's put in to making sure we have merchandise. So if anyone's interested in purchasing any Happily Booked merchandise, just contact us, and we'll make sure it happens for you. And I guess that's it. Check out the show notes. And it's great to know there are so many kindred spirits in the world. And until next time, stay happily booked.